Real quick, let me bust this down. All right, y'all, we're going to break this down real quick. Say, man, let me say this here. The Messiah is king, fam. The Messiah is king. Almost every man that ever walked the land is flawed. And the reason I say almost because when you look at Abraham, we look at Job. If you look in the Bible, Job was counted as perfect. The Most High counted him as perfect. But every other man that walked the land, flawed, bro. Flawed. Christ is king. The Messiah is king. Yahushua is king. That is king. He is perfect. When you read Colossians 2:16 and the scriptures say, let no man judge you in meat. The pastor will read you that and say, see, you can eat meat or any kind of meat. Can't no man judge you. That's why people get that. Only God can judge me. Or judge, let's not be judged. That ain't what that mean, bro. Just like this ain't what that mean. Colossians 2:16, it don't mean that, bro. It doesn't mean that. Watch this. It say, let no man judge you in meat. You think because the pastor told you all you got to do is pray over the food that no man can judge you in whatever meat you eat. Meanwhile, our people is dying from cancer, heart attack, gout, etc., etc., etc. We are having illnesses. And what the doctor gonna tell you? The white man gonna tell you as soon as you get to the doctor, change your diet. He's gonna tell you to change your diet. Change your diet. Hopefully it ain't too late. But you got a dietary law in the Bible. God gave you a dietary law. This what you can't eat, this what you can eat. Yet and still Pastor Pork Chop or Pastor Shifty or Pastor Bait and Switch or Mr. Wingtip Shoes, any one of them you want to call, he want to tell you that it's okay to eat meat. See, it say right there, let no man judge you in meat. That ain't what that mean. That is not what that mean. Let no man judge you in holy day. See, you ain't got to follow the holy days no more. That's the old law. Let no man judge you in Sabbath. See, you ain't got to follow the Sabbath no more. That's the old law, even though the Sabbath is in the 10 Commandments. Let no man judge you in new moon. See, you ain't got to follow the new moon no more. That's in the old law. That ain't what that mean, bro. That ain't what that mean. I'm gonna show you what that really mean. Say, fam, when they say let no man judge you, meat, Sabbath, whoop, whoop, whoop. Watch this here. Could you judge the Messiah? You couldn't judge Christ. You know why? Because he was perfect. You couldn't say, look at Christ over there eating pork. You couldn't point the finger at him. You couldn't say, look at Christ over there doing this. You couldn't point the finger at Christ because he was perfect. Well, when they say let no man judge you in meat, if you perfect like Christ, nobody will be able to point the finger at you and say, look at that man over there eating that pork. He don't supposed to be doing that. He an Israelite. If you perfect like Christ, no man will be able to say, look at that man over there breaking the Sabbath. He don't supposed to be doing that. He an Israelite. If you perfect like Christ, can't no man judge you in new moon because you following the new moon. All it's saying is lead by example and no man will be able to judge you. That's what that really means. But the pastor has lied to our people for so long. For so long. You're going to notice when you talk to people who don't have the understanding who are Christians, all they want to talk about is the love of Jesus Christ, how good, how much he loves you, and the crucifixion of him. That's all they really want to talk about. And any other letters of Paul, Corinthians, all those scriptures are very deep scriptures, bro. You have to have the understanding of the Old Testament. If you don't know you the Jew of the Bible's for Israel, he only came back for you. Who the new and old covenant for. If you don't know the storyline of the Old Testament, you're not gonna understand none of Corinthians, bro. If you don't understand that you are the Jew of the Bible, King David's black, all those people's black, you're not gonna understand none of Paul, Romans, Galatians. You're not gonna understand none of them, bro. When they say all under sin, you're gonna think that's all people. When you don't know what sin is, I can ask you right now, what is sin? You don't know what that is. You're going to tell me what you think sin is. It say all under sin. In Galatians, what's that, 3:22? It say all under sin. They think all people. No, bro. If non-Israelites or non-Jews are not following the Sabbath, they're not sinning. So when they say all under sin, it's talking about people who can actually sin. It's not talking about non-Israelites. If Ishmael eat pork, he's not sinning. He was never told not to eat pork. You got to look who was given the laws. Go to Malachi 4:4. It's going to tell you that. Deuteronomy 1:1. Deuteronomy 17. Or 4:12 or 4:10. Go to read that, bro. You got to read them scriptures. It's going to show you who was given the law. These be the words Moses spake to all Israel. That's the second law. When you go to Leviticus, you're going to get the other laws, bro. Those laws was given by Levites of Moses, who was a Levite, bro, who brought you up out of Egypt. He was giving the laws to Israel. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. The ones you do know. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Those laws was not given to every man in the world. That was only given to Israel. The Jews or the Hebrews that he brought out of Egypt. When he came down from the mountain, It was only Israelites in that wilderness that he was giving the laws to. So when they say all under sin, it's talking about the people who can actually sin who was given the law, bro. Come on. It's not talking about all people. Don't let that word fool you. You got to understand the context of what's going on. Golly, man. Shalom.